Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a little while since I put something out, and I have been pretty busy, and I wanted to introduce you guys to my current project. It's the largest project for the 3D printer that I've done so far. This is my custom enclosure. Now, I didn't just go out and buy something. I didn't just go buy a table from IKEA, bolt on some sides to it, and call it an enclosure. I wanted to do something totally custom. I wanted to get my woodworking skills back out, and this is what I came up with so far. This is sort of a mock first version, if you will. So this guy has a Lexan front face. This is a single layer, bolt to the back side of the door, and you'll notice that it is offset if you look very carefully. It's offset to this side by 2 inches. The printer sits in and to the right, all the way back in that corner, so that on this side, there is the filament spool sits on the inside, right on the opposite side of this front corner here. And I have some room for some wiring on the side. I can put a power supply. I can fit lights in here. And everything is self-contained with the exception of the power box. I didn't entirely think that through. Maybe on the next version, if I care enough, or I might just make an external enclosure for that if that gets too loud and annoying. But the printer can sit in here completely sealed, with the exception of I will need to make some fans, obviously. But it's out of the dust, it doesn't make any noise, and I'll go over some of the features that it has, and maybe you guys will like this. It might inspire some of you guys to make something for your printer. So let's have a look at some of the features that are built into this thing and what I used. For the hinges on the side, I used something very simple. It's just a little bit of a pressure latch here with very little pull on it. I didn't want to rip out the screws from the side here, which, by the way, this entire thing is built with 1/2 inch particle board. It's not 3/4. I went with 1/2. It is a little bit more difficult to work with, especially when you're drilling holes this direction, but as far as depth, it also makes things a little bit more difficult. In order to overcome that, you'll need special screws, such as these 5/8 inch screws. That allows you a little bit of room to play with the head and go all the way in without coming out the surface, and that's a big key thing to know. Up top here, I used back flap hinges, which I actually had to bend a little bit extra to get this to work. It allows for 4 in the face, and up top, you only get 2, because obviously these are going to be in the middle of nowhere. This will allow the lid to fold all the way back and can actually rest on the top. So you don't have to worry about propping it open with something, which was an original thought I had. But I decided not to go too fancy, just get some back flap hinges and went with that. To seal the front door from the rest of the cabinet, we have 1/2 inch door sealant. Happens to be 1/2 inch wood and 1/2 inch door sealant. It was perfect, it fits. All you gotta do is cut it to length. Comes on a spool like this. I believe it was around $7 or $8. Not too bad, but it completely seals the front off. No sound, no dust, nothing. Now, as for sound deadening, this is a question that I've had a couple times from people that were wondering how I was going to make the cabinet. I decided not to use soundproofing foam from a studio or something like that. No eggshell and nothing like that. What I'm using is drawer liner, and this is used for tool drawers and kitchen drawers, stuff like that. It looks maybe 1/16 of an inch thick drawer liner foam, or rubber, I guess. And what I do is I spray the back of all the pieces with this Gorilla Glue. It's Gorilla Spray adhesive. Spray it on the back, let it tack up for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then lay the part in. Kind of rub it down so it's flat. I've got a little bit I need to work on back there in the corner where it's not quite right. But this stuff is actually, seeing as it's closed cell, is very good at both vibration dampening and sound deadening. Now, this is only a single layer. When all is said and done, this will end up being 2 layers. I've only got 1 layer on the floor and 1 layer on the back. I have not done the top, left, or right, and I have done the back side of the door, which I'll show you in just a second. So the back side of the door has currently a single layer of this drawer foam, and behind the Lexan sheet, between the Lexan and the wood itself, is a small strip of that same foam. I pre-drilled holes through the Lexan and the wood at 2-inch intervals, and that allows, when you tighten it down by hand, all of this can pull down evenly, including across a little bit larger gaps like this, and that creates a complete seal from the outside so nothing gets in anywhere between the window and the front door. Alright, last but not least, we are going to do the sound test. So I have my phone in the cabinet. It is set to max volume. We're going to play some music, then we're going to close the lid and see how much quieter it gets. Remember, this is at max volume. If your printer is printing that loud, you've got a problem. So let's go ahead and test this out. Let's go ahead and close the lid. Ready? I'd say that's pretty good, actually. So let's go ahead and open it back up. And we're going to go ahead and close it again. Not bad at all. Open. And close. And you can hear right when it closes too. Here's just a tiny crack. We'll let it get to a louder part here real quick. Okay. So it's currently only open about the width of my finger. Now if I close it the rest of the way, and open. So yes, I would say in general this thing is so far a complete success, and mind you, that's without the left side, right side, or the top done at all, and I still intend on putting a second layer throughout this entire thing. So yes, this will be extremely quiet. I'll give you guys an update video when that happens. Until then, like, share, and subscribe, guys. We are almost at 1,000. I think the last time I looked, we're at 965. We're getting there. Also, if you want to check out my video game streams, you can check out me on my Twitch channel, also in the link in the description. That's twitch.tv/midnightninja. Go ahead and have a follow over there, working toward affiliate status. We're getting there. I've got 10 out of 50, doing pretty good. I hope to see you guys later. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see something specific, or maybe you have a suggestion on the way I could add something in or improve something. I'll possibly do it in a future version, or if it's possible, I might even add it to this one. So, thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.